6 months. That's how long I committed to the two-set method, made popular by Ian Barseagle. Just 2 working sets per exercise, taking close to or to failure. Most people would say that's nowhere near enough to build muscle. So what happens if you push this method long term? Well, I did it, and the results will shock you. The two-set method is exactly what it sounds like. Instead of doing 3, 4, 5, sometimes even 6 sets per exercise, you stop just at 2. But they're not easy sets, they're brutally hard. Typically, one heavy top set and one back off set with slightly higher reps. The goal is to maximize intensity and recovery rather than chasing volume. The biggest shift wasn't physical at first, it was mental. When you know you only have 2 sets, you treat them differently. You don't coast through the first 3 sets waiting for the last one. Every rep feels like it matters. That alone made my training feel more exciting and more intentional. At first, I honestly felt guilty leaving the gym early. My workouts went from 90 minutes to an hour. But the trade off was that I left feeling completely dulled and spent without wasting time on junk volume. I know you're hanging out for the results. Well, strength was the first thing I noticed. With less fatigue, my lifts shot up. My incline dumbbell press went up by 10 kilos. My hack squat jumped by 25 kilos. Even isolation lifts, curls, laterals got stronger. That's not what you'd expect when you're cutting sets in half, but the maximal intensity along with the extra recovery made the biggest difference. Was every week a PR? No, but the upward trend was consistent, and I didn't feel beat down like I used to. Physically, I looked much fuller and thicker than I did 6 months ago. My arms and delts especially responded well, probably due to the fact that I was actually recovering and not burying myself in junk volume. Even my back, which I once considered a weak point, started looking wider. It's not going to be a Hollywood overnight transformation, but 6 months is enough time to see real growth, and I did. Here's a reality. Muscle growth is signal dependent, and volume is not the main driver of hypertrophy. The real driver is mechanical tension, especially in those final reps near failure, when the bar speed slows down despite maximum effort. That's where growth happens. Most lifters fall into the trap of thinking more volume equals more gains, but this is not true. Once I cut down junk volume and allowed real recovery, I finally broke through plateaus. You only have a limited number of sets you can perform with true intensity before diminishing returns kick in. After that, the fatigue generated far outweighs the stimulus. The mindset is simple. Get in, hit those 2 sets with absolute intent, then get out. That's where progress is made. Now, is a 2 set method the only way to train? No. High volume training works too. Plenty of bodybuilders built great physiques with 4 to 5 sets. But here's the key. If you train with true intensity, you don't need endless sets. 6 months showed me that less can be more, as long as you give those sets everything. If you want to try this, here's how. Pick a weight you usually do for 3 to 4 sets. Do just 2. The first should be a heavy set of around 6 to 10 reps with 0 to 1 reps in reserve. The second set, a slightly lighter backup set with 10 to 15 reps all the way to failure. Track your progress, add weight or reps over time. That's it. 2 brutal sets. So that's 6 months of the 2 set method. Stronger, bigger, better recovered, and mentally sharper. For me, it worked, and I'll keep running it. If you want to see more training experiments, subscribe, and maybe try the 2 set method yourself. Thanks for watching.